Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy. I'm a Brit living in Melbourne at the minute. It is very, very hot, very, very sunny. I love it. I have lived in Melbourne since July, so I moved here in the middle of winter and it was freezing. And I was in England before where it was also freezing. So I've been in winter for like nearly a year. So seeing the sunshine, crazy. But it's really starting to get nice and warm. I'm hoping to go to the beach soon to get a tan. So hopefully the next time you see me, I will not be the same shade as Casper the Ghost. But anyway, today I wanted to do a video because I've been getting a lot of questions and a lot of comments about my tattoos. Some of them positive, some of them negative. That's the way of being a tattoo person, I'm afraid. But I thought that I'd give you a little tattoo tour because I do have a lot of tattoos. So I have over 100. Some of them are small, some of them are big. So we're gonna kind of do this really quickly because I'm not showing you 100 tattoos or we'll be here all day. So I'm just gonna give you a little look at some of them, so show you some of my favorites, some of my regrets. And yeah, and maybe answer some questions. So the question I get the most was, did your neck hurt and what does it say? Those are the two questions that I get asked the most because obviously this is the tattoo that kind of startles everyone the most and it's the one that most people see. Especially when you look at me at the first time, it's kind of what you get thrown to, because I find that there's a lot less tattooed women than men, and then after that there's a lot of tattooed women who don't have their neck tattooed, and there's a plethora of reasons for that. Work, just not wanting it, it's not their aesthetic, whatever. But mine, it says, the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. It is from the song Nature Boy by Nat King Cole. It was in the movie Moulin Rouge, which is my favorite movie. So I just put it there because by the time that I got my neck done, I didn't really have much space for this amount of writing anywhere else. So I just put it on my neck because I didn't want anything too dark on my neck. So I thought that it would be a good idea, and I love it. I don't regret it. I love my neck tattoo. And yeah, people have a lot of opinions about it, but I don't really care. So I did do it twice. Because obviously the neck is quite thin, and to heal it is a bit of a nightmare because obviously you're always moving your head. So I did have to do it twice because a lot of the ink fell out. It's not painful. It's painful. I would give it like a 6 out of 10. It's more scary because you're upside down, like you have to lie on the bed and then hang your head off. So all of the blood rushes to your head, you get really dizzy. And then obviously when it's happening, your whole like head vibrates. So your head's upside down, it's vibrating. So like actual tattooing took about 20 minutes. But the whole thing took about an hour because I kept on having to sit up because I was getting so dizzy and everything. But it's not painful. I used numbing cream the first time. It's the first time that I used numbing cream because my artist was like, you have to use numbing cream, this is going to be awful for you. And I was like, okay. And then the second time I didn't use any numbing cream, and honestly I am not a huge fan of numbing cream, just for me personally, because I guess it's just my body just kind of doesn't like it. But I don't think it's that painful. I definitely don't regret it, and I would give it about a 6 out of 10 on the pain scale. I have got many tattoos that were a hell of a lot more painful. But this is the one that everyone gives me the questions on, and it is from my favourite movie, Moulin Rouge. So there, the mystery is solved. I got this in January of 2023. Yeah, because we're in 2024 now. I got it in January 2023, so right now it's about a year and a half old, and it's stuck pretty well. Like I said, I got it done twice, so yeah, I haven't had any issues with it, and healing it was uncomfortable, especially having the second skin on your neck, but apart from that, it was pretty good. Then we're going to move on to the arm. So my first tattoo I didn't get on my arms, which people apparently find quite shocking. But my arms, I got a lot, I started on my arms after I'd already started getting tattooed. So I'm just going to show you a couple that people either point out or are my favorites, or I have quite a few regrets on my arms. So I'll show you a regret first. So it's this one. I have this matching with my best friend. This is not what we asked for, and this was not done by my artist. This is not what we asked for. I was 18, we got it in COVID. It was about £40. It's very cheap. That should have been a sign. I was 18. I was stupid, and yeah, my friend still has hers, I still have mine. The problem for my friend is she doesn't have many tattoos, so hers really sticks out, whereas people don't really notice mine because it's all surrounded. So yeah, will I get rid of it? No. Do I regret it? No, I just regret the artist that we used. But yeah, but that's definitely one of the ones that I'm not a huge fan of. Another one that I'm not a huge fan of is this one. I got this in Thailand. I was very, very drunk. And again, you can tell, this cost me about £5. Okay, this is not a good tattoo. You can see it is faded and the light, it just looks horrific. Then all of the other tattoos on my arm are by my artist, apart from this one. I can't really show you well, but that says "When in Rome." I got that in Rome because, again, I was on holiday and yeah, there's not really much of an explanation. I was like, I need to get a tattoo while I'm in Rome. And I was like, when in Rome? And then I was like, oh, we'll just get that. So that's why I now have that. But the first tattoo I got on my arm was this knife. That's pretty cool. A lot of people don't really know what this is. This is a jawbone. It's wrapped around my elbow. This really hurts. Don't tattoo your elbows because they really hurt. But we have that. This was my most painful tattoo to date. You will realize. So I got this. And then after this, I decided I'm not tattooing my elbow. I'm not tattooing my elbow ditch. And I'm not doing my knees or my knee ditch. And you will notice on my body, this is the only ditch tattooed because it was horrendous. And I had to do this twice. Awful. And because of my job, I have to get blood tests every 2 weeks. So this is a positive. So now my blood is always taken just in the nose or just next to it because my veins like to disappear. So now at least I have a marker. So I don't regret it because now I have a marker and it is a very cool tattoo, but it sucked. It was so painful. That's one. That's the question that I always get asked. What was your most painful tattoo? And everyone expects the neck, the stomach, the back, the legs. No, it was this one. I was crying. I was screaming. I was like, oh. I was also hungover getting this as well. And when I get tattoos, I either have to be hungover or passed out. Completo, or so drunk I can't even say my own name because I don't deal well with pain. I don't like it, and I always do all day sessions, so I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna have a big night the night before and then just sleep. And yeah, that's why I always use the same tattoo artist. But yeah, these are my arms. I do have a couple more interesting ones, like I have this thing with all the teeth. I have the Playboy. This one is super crazy. People are like, wow, and I'm like, yeah. What else do I have here? A lot of them, I have the baby girl on my wrists, which I think is pretty cool. I have this centipede, which I love this one. It's so cool. I have this little fishnet that says, I think it says be nice. Yeah. And then my too cute for you. And this is my favorite tattoo. So this is a dinosaur and a skeleton robot and then being walked by a skeleton on a skateboard because why not? Why not? I also have this really cool, oh, it's under my dress. I have this really cool crocodile, which I love, on my shoulder. But yeah, and then my chest. So I have this snake, which is also a heart. People are always like, oh my God, it's a heart. And they're like, oh my God, no, it's a snake. And I'm like, it's both. This one I got in Thailand. I got this done with bamboo stick. I was so drunk and it still hurt. So I will never be able to do bamboo stick sober. This cost me about £5 as well. The F is wonky. It says fuego, Spanish for fire. Don't ask me why. I was drunk and I was living life and I was in Thailand and, you know, bad decisions. But this is pretty much all I have at the top. I do have my belly done and I do have my back done. Let me put a picture of my back. So I have my vessel written down my back. I saw an interview with, oh, what's her name? It's completely blanked me. I think it's I'm gonna write her name up here. But I saw an interview and she was talking about how like her body is just a vessel, so no matter what anybody does to your body, you are inside of your body, you are not your body. Which kind of really resonated with me, because I was like, yeah, you know, like once my body is gone, in my eyes, I'm here, if that makes sense. And what I do to my body doesn't reflect exactly who I am as a person, you know. This is just my outside. So that's why I put it there. And I was really struggling with what to put on my back, so I was like, let me just put that. Then I also have my wings. So those are like a mix of bat wings and dragon wings all mixed into one. They were a custom piece done by my artist. And I love my wings. I love my wings. And then I do have a couple of my ribs and stuff, but they're kind of basic. I'm gonna move the camera down now so you can see my legs, because my legs, I have not finished my legs. So I've finished my arms more or less. I just need to finish off my hand here. I don't know what I'm gonna put. Oh, I also forgot to say I have why not on my fingers. But yeah, I'm gonna show you my legs, because my legs are still a work in progress. Legs are a lot more painful than arms, by the way. I also get asked that question a lot. The legs are a lot more painful than my arms. And also I started my legs, I did two, I'll show you now, but my first two are down below. Then I started my arms. And as I've gotten older, tattoos have gotten way more painful and a lot harder to do. So now I just can't do it. Like before, I used to be able to sit for 9 hours, happy days. Now I can manage like 3, and then I'm like, broski, I need to go to bed. I need 3 days to recover. This is why I use certain methods. I'm going to show you my legs now, and let me know what you think, because I definitely prefer my leg tattoos over my arm tattoos, just because they're bigger pieces, and a lot of these are just like flash pieces, whereas my legs are more custom. So I'll show you now. These are my legs. I'm sorry, I'm very tall, so you're not going to be able to see a lot, but we're going to go through them. So on the back, I have my genie lamp from Aladdin, and then coming out of it is the scream mask. I thought that was really funny. I'm not quite sure why. Then I have my shark being, like, it's like a guy inside a shark. Backs of my legs, I don't really have a lot. I have like a zombie horse. I have the crocodile. What else do I have? The one that freaks everybody out is this one. It's a woman screaming, and the line work on this is insane. This is one of the coolest tattoos I have, and it's one of the few that I haven't seen anybody else have. So I'm quite proud of this one, because it kind of took me a while to come up with. But I do love it. It's such a cool tattoo. Next to it, I have this thing, I have this thing. I just have a lot of things. I have a merman, I have a frog. This was my second tattoo on my foot. So as you can tell, I don't have any of my knees done. I don't have my knee ditches. I don't have my elbow ditch on this side or my elbow at all, because they're just too painful. I only have one foot because, again, the foot was too painful. But yeah, those are my tattoos. Will I get any more? Yes, I do need to finish my legs, because the back of my legs look crazy compared to the rest of me. Do I know what I'm gonna get? No, I have no idea. Will I use my artist? Of course. I'm done going to other artists. My artist has done maybe 90% of my tattoos. It's just my holiday ones that he hasn't done. And he's the best. I love my artist. And yeah, and that's pretty much everything. Obviously there's the questions that I get of like, what are you gonna look like when you're 80? Wrinkly broski, so are you. Or it's like, what are you gonna do on your wedding day? I don't know, man. Like, what do you mean? I'm gonna put a dress on and get married, I guess. I'm gonna look like a bride with tattoos. And yeah, I just get silly questions like that. Obviously, if I didn't like my tattoos, I probably wouldn't show them, and I'd probably be getting rid of them. And, you know, I thought about these things before I got tattoos, so I love my tattoos. Obviously, some of them are not perfect. However, I have enough where it's not a huge issue. And yeah, and I'll definitely be getting some more. Another question I get is, will I get face tattoos? Probably not, just because my face doesn't really suit them. I have quite like generic girl next door face, and I don't think that tattoos are gonna match that. You tell me. You tell me if you think that I'll suit face tattoos, because I'm not sure. I don't think I will. I think the neck is as far as I'm willing to go with that one. But yeah, let me know which tattoo you think is cool. Let me know if you think any of them are cool. Maybe you hate them all. Let me know. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.